What's up guys, Logan here with Logan Built. Just want to go over some of our 4748 RE options, starting from an entry-level build all the way up to a full race build. So starting with the entry-level build, we do a Gearin billet single disc converter, Gearin valve body, Gearin deep pan kit, 3.8 lever setup, billet front servo cover, billet accumulator, billet rear super servo. We run GPZ clutches, Kolene steels, Kevlar bands with a 5-clutch overdrive setup. That setup is good to about 400 horsepower, tune-only truck, something you're not towing very heavy with. That's a good stock replacement option as well. Jumping up from there would be like an entry-level 2.0, we'll call it, which we would add a Gearin economy line input shaft and an SFI flex plate, and that would make that a solid 500 horsepower. Good transmission to tow light with, as long as you're towing under 10,000 pounds. Good all-around transmission for that. Moving up from there, we would add on a triple disc converter with a Sonex input shaft. We would do a full billet front servo setup. We would do a Gearin Belleville spring kit, and that setup there would be good to about 600 horsepower. The limiting factor there on that one would be the output shaft. So to jump up from that to, say, an 800 horsepower build, the only difference is the billet output shaft. That 600 horsepower build is the ideal towing transmission. If you're towing over 10,000 pounds, even if you have a stock truck, that's the transmission I'm going to recommend to you. So moving above the 800 horsepower one, all we added was the billet output shaft. Moving into the 1,000 horsepower, we are adding a billet intermediate. We are adding a ply regulated lockup, and we are adding an extreme duty triple disc converter. Beyond that, 1,200 horsepower plus, we're going to a Sonex 35 spline input shaft. And then from there, you get into your race stuff, your guys doing King of the Streets, UCC style stuff, sled pullers. That's when you get into your bolt together converters and your billet drums and your aluminum drums and your trans brake stuff. So just want to let you guys know that we can handle anything from your entry level, fix your stock transmission into something worth having, all the way up to a full-on race transmission, puller, UCC, King of the Street style deal. Let me know if you have any questions.